Hey everyone, this is Travis Lima here from Paid Memberships Pro. Today, I want to do a walkthrough on how you can actually set up Paid Memberships Pro sort of from the beginning all the way to the end. Now, as you can see on the screen at the moment, I am using my Must Love Dogs demo site to do this video. And I just really want to quickly show you that if you visit Paid Memberships Pro / how to set up a demo membership site, you can actually download the Must Love Dogs website or demo site, and you can actually tinker around with it. All the details are on this page. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to be moving quite quickly through this video because there is a lot to cover, but check out the how to set up a demo membership site if you want to try and replicate it and play around with it. So as you can see, we have our demo site here, and I am already logged in, and Paid Memberships Pro is already installed and active. So to start off, let's assume that Paid Memberships Pro is not installed, and how you want to go about actually installing this is you want to go over to your plugins, and you're going to go to Add New. And what you want to do is in the top search plugins bar, you're just going to type in Paid Memberships Pro. And that will take a second to just kind of do the search. And then once you are here, you'll see Paid Memberships Pro. And as you can see, I've already activated this plugin, but you should see a similar button like Install Now. And you're just going to click Install Now. And then once it turns blue, it will say Activate Plugin. You click it and you're active and you are ready to go. Once you are done with that, you should notice the Memberships tab open in the top bar as well as the sidebar over here. And you should be redirected to a dashboard similar to this. Now, I want to show you how everything works and once it's all set up, and we're going to talk through things step by step, go through every little detail here, but I just wanted to actually have some sort of a real life working example so you can actually comprehend how everything looks. So right off the bat, we are taken to our dashboard, and as you can see, we have a couple of tabs, and we are going to start getting into this in a minute. If you want to get going right off the bat, you'll see the initial setup section over here. And from here, you can create membership levels, manage your membership pages, configure your payment settings, and you can also go in and do, these are sort of your crucial settings over here. But if you want, you can further customize your email settings, view advanced settings, and explore some add-ons that you can add to your PMPro site. These are specific Paid Memberships Pro add-ons. I have a support license added on my site, but if you don't, you should see a little upgrade button. This is non-essential, but if you want to have access to our premium support or some of our plus add-ons, then you can go ahead and buy a license. Again, it's not needed, but you can do it if you want. And then we have some get involved links. So these are things like you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, view the plugin on GitHub, etc. Moving down the dashboard, you'll see over here that we have our sales and revenues report, as well as our recent member reports, some recent orders, membership stats, visits, views, and logins, and we even have some Paid Memberships Pro news and updates. So as you can see, this gets updated frequently. As we publish a blog post, this gets added over here, so you can stay up to date with us there. The very first thing that you want to do to actually start your setup of Paid Memberships Pro is you want to click on the View or Create Membership Levels. Now, as you can see over here, I already have some levels set up, but if I want, and what I can do is I can click on Add New Level, and then I can just follow the steps to create this level. So I'm going to view our gold membership level, and I'm going to talk you through the process of getting set up, but it is the exact same. So if you click on Add New Level, you will be taken or redirected to a page like this. So instead of it saying edit, it will say add, but you'll see now why in a minute. I'm going to go through this already set up level. So first up, what you want to do is you want to actually go ahead and name your level. We've called this the gold membership level. And over here, if I just make this a little bit bigger, this is where you can add a description to your membership level. So as you can see, this is my membership level description, and I can even add images or any other content that you might want over here. This lets people know what your level's about. So you want to try and make it more enticing, and just like give them a broad overview of what to expect when signing up for this level. Next up, we have our confirmation message, and the confirmation message just shows a specific message confirming that the membership was purchased. So as you can see here, we have, thank you for joining our program. We're excited to have you on board, with another image. And again, you can get creative and craft this message to suit your particular needs. If you want, you can go ahead and check this message, and this will be included in the membership confirmation email. We'll get to emails in a little bit, but if you want to send this message with this image over through to your members via the membership confirmation email, you can go ahead and do that. Next up, we have billing details. And now the billing details is where you can decide to offer a free membership or a premium content kind of membership. So over here, we have a $50 initial payment, and this initial payment is received or collected upon registration. So at the moment a member signs up, they will be charged $50, and this is a one-time fee. But because we have selected this recurring subscription checkbox over here, and we have set the amount to $50 once per month, then this will change this one-time $50 fee into a $50 recurring fee, which is taken once every month. And if you want, you can change the frequency of this to 2, 3, or whatever you might want. And you can also have this daily, weekly, monthly, or even yearly. So if I had to set it to once per year, this will be $50 up front, and then every year moving forward, the member will be charged for their membership level. I'm going to leave that on once per month over there. Next up, we have our billing cycle limit. You don't really have to change this unless you have a very specific use case. In our case, a billing cycle limit will only be used if you want to charge this $50 for a certain amount of time. So I only want this to recur for the next 3 months, then I would go ahead and set that to 3. In most cases, you want to leave this off and just let the recurring subscription continue indefinitely until the member cancels it. So that's why we've left this as 0. And also, you see that you might want to just check. We are using Stripe for this particular integration, and Stripe doesn't actually support billing limits. So you want to check that your payment gateway actually supports these billing limits if you plan on using it. Next up, we have a custom trial. So if I go ahead and check this, I can change this custom trial. So say, for example, I want to offer a $10 trial, and I want it to be for 1 subscription payment. So this is going to be for 1 month. I can do that just to give a little bit of a discount instead of the $50 fee up front. I can go ahead and play around with this. If you want some more sort of customized trials, you want to go ahead and check out our subscription delays add-on. This allows you to it just gives you a little bit more power and flexibility with specific trials. In this case, we don't offer a custom trial, but if you want, you can go ahead and do that. Next up, we have our disable new signups. This is only if you want to sort of halt or stop the membership level from receiving new signups. Again, this is very much a specific use case. You wouldn't need to do this generally speaking. It's almost like if you decide you want to just pause your membership and like just put a hold on things, and you don't want to accept or receive any new registrations. And over here, we have our membership expiration. If I go ahead and check that box, I can decide whether or not my membership expires and how how long it will take for that expiration to come into play. So in this case, my membership would expire in 30 days. If I want, I could put it 30 weeks, 30 months, or 1 month, for example, or even a year. Now, you'll notice that a warning appears when I checked this membership expiration. And the reason why it is doing that is it's just saying that this level is set with both a recurring billing amount and an expiration date. You only need to set one of these unless you really want this membership to expire after a certain number of payments. Now, the reason why we have this is if you are expecting to collect a recurring subscription, it's a little bit redundant to make the membership expire. With Paid Memberships Pro, the users or the members of your membership site can quite freely cancel their membership if they need to. So to set an expiration date will just add an extra obstacle for your members to leap over if they want to renew it. You know, if their membership expires, it's a whole another thing for them to actually log on to your site again, renew their membership site. You're giving a little bit more pain points for that member to renew with you. And the danger with that is that they might abandon the process altogether. So just keep that in mind. Unless you really need this membership to expire for a very specific reason and you are using a recurring subscription, you might not need to do that. The member badge, this isn't a default Paid Memberships Pro feature. This is actually added with our member badge add-on. So I'm not going to cover that in this video. And the same is with this restrict by email and username. These aren't default settings. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. Now, the last thing that is a default sort of Paid Memberships Pro out-the-box feature is our content settings section. Now, this will allow you to select a category, for example, the members only category. And this is created if you go to your post section and you go to categories, you can create a specific category that is assigned to this membership level. So every single time I assign this members only category in a post after I've written it, it will restrict that post to be available for our gold membership only. And once you're done with all of that, you can go ahead and say save level or create level, and then you will be good to go. The second thing that you want to do, and I'm going to head back to my dashboard because this is where you actually would do it, is you will see here it says manage membership pages. However, if you haven't done this already, it will say create your membership pages. So if I go ahead and view my PMPro membership pages, on a screen like this, you will see a button that says generate these pages for me. If you go ahead and click that button, you'll be redirected to this exact page where Paid Memberships Pro will essentially create several pages for you and assign the relevant pages to the relevant fields. So that's quite a mouthful. Don't get alarmed. It does it all for you out the box. It's really simple and easy. And if you want, you can actually go ahead and edit these pages, view them. You can choose a specific page for a specific account page field, for example. But in most cases, you just want to generate these pages and then leave them alone. You don't really have to edit them if you don't want to. Right out the box, if I go ahead and view one of these pages, you'll see that this is what an example account page looks like. And this is the reason why I am not doing it from scratch. I'm sort of doing it just to show you what a populated page would actually look like. Otherwise, it's a bit bare and hard to sort of comprehend. Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. The pages settings is really simple. Just go ahead and click the generate pages for me button. It's a nice big blue button. You can't miss it. You'll be redirected to a page like this, and then you're good to go. Just know that if you ever do need to, you can edit this page or view it or change it up completely. If I go ahead and change this page to a specific example page, then every time a person tries to access the cancel page, they'll be redirected. So if you want, you can go ahead and create your own cancellation page, and then just say, for example, assign it like that. I'm not going to go ahead and save these changes because I don't want to interfere with how the site is working, but you can go ahead and do that. So we've done our levels, we've done our pages. The last thing that you want to do is set up your payment gateway and SSL settings. These are the 3 core settings that you need to actually enter in order for you to start accepting payments. So first up, once you are on the payment gateway and SSL settings page, all you need to do is you need to select which payment gateway you would like. In this case, we are using the Stripe, and this is an example website or a development website. So as you can see over here, I've got my gateway environment set to sandbox and testing. What this is always recommended to do first. So you want to go ahead and first test that everything is working. Maybe try out a test payment for yourself. And then once you are ready, you can go ahead and save this as live or production. But I'm going to leave that on sandbox and testing. For depending on what you choose, so if you go ahead and choose, say, for example, PayPal, you'll see that you have a couple of fields that you need to fill in. Now, these fields are directly associated with your account that you will receive from PayPal. So you will need to log into PayPal, or in my case, Stripe, and I would need to receive my publishable key as well as my secret key. And now for these specific fields, this is unique to Stripe under the developer options in my account settings. And again, these are just test accounts, as you can see over here, so they are not important. And I need to actually just go ahead and copy these specific keys, paste them into the relevant fields, and I'm good to go. With Stripe specifically, I need to also just enable a webhook. It's just a little button over here. I click it, and then Paid Memberships Pro does the job for me. If you want, and I'm just going to go ahead and show you this real quick. If you need some help on deciding which payment gateway is right for you, then if you visit paidmembershipspro.com and you go to gateways, you will see that we have all of our gateways over here. And I'm going to use let's use Stripe as an example since we're talking about Stripe. And in this documentation settings, you can see that we have given you more information about Stripe as a whole. You can see whether or not Stripe is actually working in your country. You will learn more about the fees, the gateway fees, how to set up the gateway, and also the subscription updates information. So this is true for each and every payment gateway that we have. So do your research, come over here to the paidmembershipspro.com/gateway/PayPal in this example, and then you can see all the details that you need for any and all of the gateways that are on offer, and you can get more information and make a more informed decision to the gateway that is right for you. Okay, so we back here, we're talking about Stripe, and now if you want, you can go ahead and show your billing address fields. By default, Stripe doesn't actually need billing address fields, but if you want to collect this for any reason, you can. I'm going to go ahead and set this to no. Currency and tax settings are pretty straightforward. As you can see, I've got US dollar. You can just go ahead and choose whichever currency is right for you and select that. These are checked by default, and this is the accepted credit card types that you can, accept. If you want, you can go ahead and enable Diners Club, En route, JCB. Check with your payment gateway that they do accept these. That's why we leave these unchecked, because in most cases you want Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and Discover. Those are the sort of primary cards that you would see from time to time. And this is optional. This is your sales tax, and this is specific to our US customers only. If you are in need of some more tax solutions. We do have for non-US or more complex tax rules. You can check out our PMPro tax filter. Get in touch with our support team for this. And we always recommend that you reach out to your tax advisor, consultant, accountant, whoever. They will be able to better tell you what taxes you should be collecting for your membership site. In this case, if you are a US citizen, you can go ahead and input your state over here. So in this case, PA is for Pennsylvania, and we've got our tax rate at 6%. So you can go ahead and enter that if you want. Next up, we have SSL settings. We have force SSL, and we recommend this to be on yes. And this, if you don't know what SSL is, you can reach out to your hosting provider to install a SSL certificate onto your website for you. It should be free of charge, so just chat with them. Most established and popular hosting providers will do this for you right out the gate. If you want to enter a seal code, you get this again from your SSL provider. And as you can see, this is a SSL certificate with an image, and this will display on our checkout page, and I'll show you that in a minute. And if you want, you can use extra HTTPS URL filters. Just go ahead and check this, and then this will pass all generated HTML through a URL filter to add HTTPS to URLs on secured pages. If you need some more help with this section, reach out to our support team. Once you have entered all of your specific payment gateway settings, just go ahead and save your settings. This is pretty straightforward, and it is very unique to each payment gateway. You can see here, if I choose, say, for example, authorized.net, I need to give in my login name, my transaction key, and this will be unique to your authorized.net payment gateway settings. So just keep that in mind when you are setting up your payment gateway. Refer to your payment gateway account, and you should be able to get everything you need. Last thing I just say, once you have tested your payments and everything looks like it's working, and you have confirmed that you did receive the payments within your payment gateway, just go ahead and flip this to live and production, and that way you'll actually be able to accept actual payments from members. Okay, we're moving towards the end of our setup. So over here, you're going to click on your email tab at the top, and you're going to enter your from email. I'm going to leave this as my example because it is an example site. So this is the email that your members will see from. So this is going to be your email address, your name over here. So if I wanted, I could say this is Travis Lima over here, and I could enter my email address. And that is basically all you really need to do here. You can get very specific and only filter PMPro emails if you want. We leave these unchecked by default. If you want, you can connect. This is a new feature. You can connect to SendWP, but in most cases, you might just want to keep with your email address over here. We've got some more information on how you can customize email content using our email templates admin editor add-on. And I believe that this is a free add-on to use. So this add-on will just help you. Yes, it is free. Just checking that. This add-on will actually help you to just further customize your email templates and just make them a little bit more unique to your membership site. So have a look at that. It's a great add-on. Highly recommend it. And as you can see here, if you want, these are all checked by default, but you can opt out of these. But for the most case, this is quite important. So this will send the site admin emails when a member checks out, when an admin changes a user membership level, when a user cancels his or her account, and when a user updates his or her billing information. In most cases, as an admin or site owner, you want to know about these, so these will just be checked by default. But if you really wanted to, you could deactivate these. And lastly, you can send members emails by using the default WP notification email. We leave this unchecked because members will still get an email from PMPro after checkout as a confirmation. But again, if you really wanted to, you could go ahead and check that. I'm going to leave these all checked. And then once you're done, just go ahead and save your settings. Cool. So I'm going to talk us through now the advanced settings. Again, for most cases, you could probably leave this for the meantime, but since we're talking about it, let's run through it real quick. Cool. So WordPress dashboard, if you want, you can go ahead and block all users with a subscriber role from accessing your WordPress dashboard. If you want, you can also go ahead and hide the toolbar, which is the top bar over here. And this can be hidden from all users who have a subscriber role. So the subscriber role is automatically added to anyone who signs up for a membership level. So if you want, you can just go ahead and hide these. Next up, you can craft or edit your message settings for your membership level. This is the content that is displayed to members if they are logged in, non-members. So as you can see over here, this is some HTML, and you can see here it says this content is for levels members only, and this is called a variable. So this will display the level of the particular membership level that is required in order to access this content. So if you want, you can go ahead and alter this. You can see here it's got a join now button or link that links us to our membership levels page. The same is true for our logged out users. So if someone is logged out and stumbles across this piece of content, they will be able to either A, log into their account, or B, register for a membership level in order to access this content. So as you can see, this is where you can do this here. You can add in images, you can get very creative. We keep things very simple. This content is for this particular level members only, and then a user will have to decide whether they have a membership account already and log in, or register for one. Again, this is advanced settings, and this is a little bit more, it might be a little bit overkill. You might not need to adjust this. If you need help with this, again, reach out to our support team and we'll be able to help you. If a member stumbles across a RSS feed, the same is true for these people or these logged out members, that this content is only for a particular membership level only. Visit the site and log in or register in order to read or consume that content. Next up, we have our content settings. So as you can see here, you can filter searches and archives. For the most part, you want to say no. Non-members will see restricted posts and pages. And if it is set to yes, only members will see restricted posts and pages. Often the page or the post that is restricted or for members only will completely be gone from your site, in the sense that your non-members won't be able to see it, and only once they register for a membership level, they will be able to see this content. So if you want them to see the content and get a little bit of an idea that, hey, there's some content that I can sign up to, you want to keep this on no. Non-members will see restricted posts and pages in searches and archives. The same is true for show excerpts to non-members. Now, I think by default, it's set to no, hide excerpts. But now an excerpt is often a snippet of your content that can sometimes entice members to actually purchase. So depending on your use case, you might want to hide this. We recommend showing excerpts to give your members a little taste into the blog article or post or page, whatever the case may be. And then hopefully they sign up based on what they see. Great. So next up, we have moved on to our checkout settings. Now, if you want, you can require a terms of service on signups page. And in order to do this, you need to create a WordPress page. And then you need to write out your terms of service agreement. And then all you need to do once that is done, so I will go ahead and create a page. I'll label it terms of service. I'll write out all of my terms of service and whatever I want the member to agree to. And then once I'm done, I come over here to this field over here. And then I go and, I actually have one over here. So as you can see, I've assigned my terms of service page like that. And then I am good to go. I can go ahead and save my settings. Then your members will see a checkbox. They will see the terms of service, and they will have to check that terms of service in order to actually complete a payment. I'm going to go ahead and leave this as no for the most part, because I just want to do that. Next up, we have use reCAPTCHA. So if you want, you can sign up for a free reCAPTCHA over here by clicking on this, and then you can either set this to yes, free memberships only, or all memberships. reCAPTCHA is just a way to prevent spam. So go ahead and activate this if you want, and also you can just go and sign up for it over here. Cool. So next up, we have our communication settings. Now we have added a feature called an activity email, which will send you an email showing you how your membership site has been doing over the last week, month, day, or never. So you can decide how to set this. This will show you how much revenue it's basically a report in a nutshell that gets sent to you once a week in this case, but you can also get a report daily, monthly, or never, as I said, and you can show all notifications or only security notifications on that. So this is just a little bit of a snapshot on how your membership site is doing. I like to keep it on weekly and see how things are going, but if you want, you can, space it out a little bit more. Great. Next up, we have some other settings. And if you are using our Paid Memberships Pro membership maps, this is where this will be added here. So you can add in your Google Maps API key. If you're not using our PMPro membership maps add-on, you won't see this and you won't need to enter this. And lastly, if you want to uninstall PMPro on deletion, so if you want to delete all of PMPro's data, you can just save this as yes, delete all PMPro data once you uninstall, and then that will be gone forever. So just be careful with this. Sometimes if you want to come back to it, as you can see here, to delete all PMPro data from your database, set to yes, deactivate PMPro, and then click to delete PMPro from the plugins page. So once you delete that, all your membership and PMPro data will be gone. So just be careful with that. In some cases, you might need it if you don't want to use PMPro anymore. And once you are done, just go ahead and save your settings. Lastly, we have a couple of add-ons. So if you click on this add-on section over here, you can go ahead and either install or download all of the Paid Memberships Pro add-ons. For example, if you want to do a add-on packages or add a address for free levels add-on, you can do this right from your dashboard. So just have a look here. All of these add-ons are available on the Paid Memberships Pro page, so you can just check that out. And finally, if you want and you have a PMPro Plus support license, you just go ahead here to the license tab, copy your key from your membership account, paste it in here, validate it, and you're good to go. You can manage your account right from within this dashboard, or you can open a support ticket. So that's that. The members tab is where you can get a snapshot of all of your members. So as you can see here, I have 3 members. You can either filter them by the specific membership levels. You can filter them by canceled members, expired members, and even old members. So over here, you can see I've got Paulina Pullman. I can see her first name, last name, display name, her email address, billing address, what level she is currently signed up with, how much she's paying, and when she registered, and if there is any expiration dates, I can see that here too. These are all example people, so you don't have to worry. I'm not sharing real data. If I need, I can go ahead and export to CSV. So all of our members' data will be exported to a Excel sheet that I can use and import elsewhere. We always recommend that you should export this when removing Paid Memberships Pro. In any event, you want to keep all of your members' data together. If I click on the orders tab, this is where I can get an overview of each and every single order, the date they were processed, whether they are successful or canceled. I've got references to the payment and the subscription over here, the transaction IDs, which gateway was used. I'm only using one, but if I was using multiple, I could see Stripe, PayPal, etc. And also, I think this is because they are example payments that it didn't come up over here. You can see the card type. Now, we don't actually store credit card details, but we do store the last 4 digits of the card. And this is used for referencing. The total amount that the user has paid, their level, and what their username is. These are PMPro. These are probably my test payments from before, but as you can see, we've got all of our users over here, and they've either been successful or they've been canceled. And then you have a order code in order to reference to. So I can go ahead and filter this within a date range, within a level, a particular status, only paid, only free, etc. And I can go ahead and also export this to a CSV or add a new order manually. So you can go ahead and do that. We've already spoken a little bit on reports. So if you want, you can just go ahead, click on the reports tab and see how your site is doing in terms of sales and revenue, visits, views, and logins. Membership stats, how many people have signed up and how many people have canceled, as well as your member value report. So this shows us who is our most valuable member in terms of money that has been spent with us. And this is nice if you want to send Cami a gift, a little thank you note, for example, or something similar. And that is about everything you need to know in order to set up Paid Memberships Pro. At the top here, if you need to visit our documentation page or get support, you can go ahead and do that. So you can just get a glance at what needs to be done with Paid Memberships Pro in terms of documentation. Or if you want to go ahead and open up a support ticket, you can. As you can see, this directed me to my pricing page here on Paid Memberships Pro. So you can go and choose a support membership level if you want. Let me go to the front end of the site now. We've covered a lot. Thank you for sticking with me. So I'm going to go ahead and actually perform maybe before I do a actual logout, let me just show you over here. So we have our membership levels, and we were talking about the gold level previously. We were also talking about the professional level over here. So this is what I can go ahead and select that. Oh, let me just stop that real quick, back to safety. It's because of our SSL settings and I'm using a local development environment. Let me go ahead and log out real quick. And let me see if I can do that again. It's probably going to show me an error because you see it's saying here that it's not secure. Again, I am using a local development environment for this. So let me say I am a member and I'm actually, if I want, I can log in. I can go ahead and register for a membership level. But let's say I want to become a beginner level. So I can go ahead and select the beginner membership level over here. It is going to give me the privacy settings. You shouldn't see this because your SSL will already be configured. So don't worry about that. Once I click on the beginner membership level, you'll notice here that I will be redirected to the membership checkout page. Now, if you remember, you have selected the beginner membership level. Here is our image over here, and this was in the description settings of our membership level. As we can see, our introductory level includes everything you need to get started and experience some benefits. We have the price for membership, which is $10 per month, and this is all set up in our membership level settings. And customers in Pennsylvania will be charged 6% tax. So if I want, I can go ahead and actually perform a checkout. So let's see as if a member was checking out what it would look like. So I'm going to say my username is Travis Lima. My password is my very top secret password. I'm going to use my email address. This is an example email address. I'm just going to go ahead and copy that and paste this. Now, As you can see, we can either check out with using a credit card or PayPal. This is a Paid Memberships Pro add-on called the Add PayPal Express to Checkout add-on. So I'm just going to go and use our credit card method. I'm going to enter a example over here. And I'm just going to enter it's giving me an error. I might have to just add in an extra digit there. And then I can go ahead and enter that. See here that it is giving me a problem. I think I need to actually use a specific Stripe card. Let me just see what my Stripe example card is. With Stripe, once it's actually set up and ready to go, you actually need to use a particular card. So let's use this one. You wouldn't need to do this because this is all done for you, especially if it's on a live payment environment. I just had to use the Stripe example because Stripe uses that particular card for doing tests. Just give it a second to process. And there we have it. As you can see, my membership confirmation has been successfully charged. I now have a membership level to the beginner level. This is the confirmation message. And as you can see, it says, yeah, thank you for your membership to Must Love Dogs. Your beginner membership level is now active. Thank you for joining our program. We are excited to have you on board. I've got an invoice number. I have the date that I performed the checkout. Here's my account details. This is my pretend payment method. I've been charged $10. And if I want as a member, I can go ahead and even print this out if I wanted to. And now I can actually go and view my membership account page. This is just giving me a snapshot of my membership account. I've got my membership badge over there. It's all done, nice and ready to go. And if I want, let me see if I can actually view some content. Let me go to my blog. And right here, we can see that this is locked, for example. So I can view this new post. So if I go there, I can view this post. This is just an example post, so don't worry if it looks a bit strange. But as you can see over here, this has got a little lock, and this blog post actually says that this content is for professional members only. So if I want, I could go ahead and join that. As you can see here, this is for our gold members. But I can view this post, which is members only. So this is actually for my beginner level that I have, and there you have it. I can actually go and view it. If I want to upgrade as a member, I can just go ahead and click on the Join Now button. It will take me to my membership levels page. I can select the professional level. And if I do that, it already says that I am logged in as Travis Lima. So it's got all of my details. And if I want, I can go ahead and enter my credit card, just do the relevant details, perform a checkout, and I will have a professional level, and I can view all the content that's associated with the professional level. That was a mouthful. I hope you found that helpful. Let me know if you have any questions getting set up with Paid Memberships Pro, and reach out to our support team if you have any questions with the setup, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.